Hey, it's the Hot Take Podcast. Yeah, it's the Hot Take Podcast. I think I'm gonna have to do some ad libs, KG, on the new when we do the new intro with all the new stuff. Man, got to put some vocals in there. You know what Dave Chappelle say? Put some treble in it. Oh man,
Getting your Young Jeezy bag, basically.
you know what I'm saying? Get my TI on, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got my quarter zip on for the YNs tonight. You know what I'm saying? So representing for them. But people, welcome. This is Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for joining us. This is episode 165. 165. So we have been rocking and rolling, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in with us, man. So tonight, as you see, it's the good fellas, it's the good brothers, myself and KG starting the show off. Y'all know our Hot Take After Dark counterparts, they have an issue with starting on time. So they are on CP time, and they'll be here when they be here. So until then, we're going to get it rocking and rolling. Tonight, we're going to do our recap. We got the NXT Deadline recap. We got the weekly recap of wrestling itself. We got to say goodbye to a legend who's having his final match on Saturday night. The GOAT, the real GOAT. Skip Terry Bollea, okay? The real GOAT, John Cena, all right? We're going to talk about his last match, and we're going to talk about his impact on the whole thing known as professional wrestling, just as an entertainment, just period. John's impact on wrestling. And we're going to make some predictions for Saturday Night Main Event, man. So with that said, KG, you ready to get this thing started?
Yep.
All right. Let me get your intro first, brother.
It's the ginger whiskey assassin, the other KG. Hashtag y'all gotta chill.
Talk to the people, KG.
Yeah, y'all remember that time that like TK thought it was a good idea to put Swerve in the same stable with Team Brock Lesnar?
Oh man, we saw where that went. Oh man.
Then they had that other random dude there, like tattoos on his face. Talk about dark time. Talk about hard times.
Talk about hard times. Trying to recreate Hit Row on the level. All right, man, let me get my intro and then we're going to get it going.
It's Big Oos, Old Man Logan, acknowledging.
People, you know why I'm here, okay? I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum, all right? So all I got to say is this right here. Bam! Make sure y'all are following us on social media. TikTok, Hot Take Wrestling. At Instagram, Hot Take Wrestling. On Twitter or X, Wrestling Take. Twitch, Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. On NMG TV, on YouTube. We are NMG TV. You can find all of our stuff, as well as my podcast, Boulevard Ave Radio, as well as Homies on Film, as well as my alumni podcast, Chauvinist Pigs. You can also find podcasts that I was producing, Dondi and Devereaux, Woman to Woman, just so many of them, man. So go over there and check out what NMG Podcast Network has to offer. All right. That being said, KG, let's go ahead, brother, and we're going to jump right into the weekly recap.
And now, your week in review.
So I guess Solo and Brian Breaker done caught the memo from the Street Profits about telling people they want to smoke, because Solo was getting real spicy on Friday, man. He said, what's once was his is now yours, will be mine. You don't deserve the last name Wyatt. All I have to do to take everything away from you was Bo Lee. I said, all right, brother.
Yeah.
But I think he's one of the more underrated talkers, honestly. Consistency. I think people had a problem with the whole thing because, we had saw the Bloodline run everything on SmackDown for years. I think maybe that's probably why the problem that some people have with Solo getting that push. I think he's been doing a hell of a job as a leader in NFTs, though. So maybe the push is just premature, but they kind of needed to close the chapter of that bloodline. So it made sense that they did that since they wanted to turn them off babyface anyway. But with that being said, too, Gunther has just had crazy high quality matches in this last time is now tournament. I think all of them will be at least 4-star caliber matches. But from the one with Javon Evans, Carmelo Hayes, to the one with Solo, and the one with LA Knight too, the hell of a match on Friday night. So a lot of people were disappointed. I heard that YouTube there was a lot of dislikes on that video.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with it because the thing is, yeah, it would have meant more for LA Knight to be in that position facing the first last match. It would have showed a commitment to pushing him and potentially having him get over that hump. But I don't think Cena's winning his last match. And unless they had plans to turn LA Knight heel, some fans might take that the wrong way. Damn, you retired John Cena. You don't know if that could potentially end the heat, some type of backlash from fans, because fans are so fickle at times. Mm-hmm. I like how we always get into that aspect of talking about people who are faces or tweeners. Jade, basically, it didn't seem like she really has a character right now in terms of what she is defined as. And that's fine with that because you can just go around, even though they call Lash Legend of Bougie Billy. Just kind of the vibe she's giving, basically. She's just running roughshod in the women's division. So everybody's catching strays, Chelsea Green and Alba Fire to Beach Him. It looks like she's going to try to step up next in BFAB. So in the women's tag team division, you had everybody's hunting for those titles right now. You had Lash Legend and Nia Jax stand tall on SmackDown after previously on Monday you had Judgment Day standing tall. I thought that was interesting that Raquel's actually the one that's going to go after the world title, and Liv and Roxanne are going to go after the tag title. I thought they said that on Raw. So I'm running if this starts to end the cracks of the Judgment Day. I feel like they're going to get cracked from the inside out type thing. I don't know if they're going to stay together, but I think that's a sign though, because everybody expected Liv to go for the world title. So I don't know if she's going to start sabotaging the group itself. We'll see what they go with that direction for sure. The masked manager is going everywhere, whoever this guy is. Now, we here at Hot Take, we're not going to get as in depth as, No Diddy, but I saw somebody was posting a video. I think one of the streamers, she was posting videos. She said, y'all doing too much. She was like, people was looking at the man's cheeks. Like, all right, y'all got to relax now. I'm worried about his height. They're trying to figure out, like, what's going on? It's not that deep. Pause, bro. But I'm thinking it's Tez. His mannerisms look too much like Montez Ford, this mystery attacker. Or like I said, once there's a real happens, it could just be somebody that's not even doing the attacks right now. Could just be one of those situations where whoever's doing this, though, I feel like they might have to face Punk at some point. So that's why I'm saying it might not even be the person doing these attacks who the actual reveal is. That's why I said that, because much as we want to see Taz get pushed, and as high as they were up on Austin Theory a couple years ago, I don't see either one of them getting into a feud with Punk right now. Because I'm honestly surprised they went with Braun Breaker over Logan Paul right away. They had already planted the seeds multiple times this year for that, because Logan Paul eliminated Punk from the Royal Rumble. I believe Punk eliminated Paul from Elimination Chamber. And then, Logan Paul turned down Punk to join the division. So it looked like they were going to go that route. As far as LA Knight's concerned, we saw how they wrote him off television on Monday night with that tsunami on top of the car after he just got beat down repeatedly over and over. I'm personally thinking this leads to LA Knight potentially winning the Royal Rumble. We always keep talking about potentially Sammy being in that position, but I'm thinking LA Knight is the one that wins the Rumble this year, or next year, should I say. Sammy doesn't necessarily need to win the Rumble. We already saw him walk away as a champion for WrestleMania on 3 separate occasions from WrestleMania. He walked out of WrestleMania 36 as the Intercontinental Champion. He and Kevin Owens defeated the Usos WrestleMania 39 in the main event to win the tag titles, as well as Sami ending Gunther's 666-day reign as champion. Um, so yeah, it's just one of those things where I don't think Sammy has to necessarily win the Rumble to get his world title match at WrestleMania. I think this is going to LA Knight, and I think those seeds being planted on Monday. Ride him out to TV for a little while, let him come back to a huge pop, have him win the Rumble, and potentially face whichever heel is a champion on either brand type thing. He kind of has to go after the division though, so this makes me believe. I'm wondering if Braun Breaker actually does get the title, but do you want him to be a transitional champion when he first gets that title? I just thought LA Knight has unfinished business with the division, so it's one of those things where maybe they're following some things that Tapar that they were going to do. Um, Maybe they were setting up for him to knock off Seth instead, but like with that obviously not being able to happen, um, I guess everybody doesn't need a long run when they first touch the title. I'm thinking Braun Breaker might actually get this title though. I really thought LA Knight's winning the Rumble, but I know the tag team division, Usos are back in the tag team division, so we had heard rumors about that weeks ago. So back to the Uso Penitentiary. We're gonna get an old school rivalry that we all enjoyed over the years.
Actually months ago because we talked
we heard about it.
Yeah.
I think we speculated, but then we heard officially like the reports got leaked. So I think we were like, do we want to see it? And then I forget either you or Akil today actually saw an article that said they were about to put them actually back together full time. So I'm not mad at it. It gets some eyes on the tag team division. At least they are making an effort on Monday Night Raw. I mean, now they're trying to make an effort on SmackDown now with the YS6 and MFTs, but I think it's long overdue. At least, especially going to have two sets of tag champions. Like, even though we think there's something wrong with it, at least bring it to the forefront to a degree. I think this definitely puts odds on the television. A former world heavyweight champion, and then an 8-time tag team champion with his brother. And New Day, I think they were over 10, 12-time champions. So I like how Dragon Lee and AJ Styles are defending the titles every week, or trying to get out more eyes on that television for the tag team division. Like I said, I'm wondering where, I don't think this WrestleMania commercials necessarily mean we're going to see. I think two of those people, if anything, I think we'll get Brock and Punk possibly. I don't think we're getting Cody and Roman 3. I really hope not. I cannot do this again. I mean, this is not Rock Austin. I think that story. I think when you finish the story, that should have been enough. I'm done with that. Like, let's move on. I don't need to see that. But with that being said, I don't even know if Cody walks in the championship. I really like Drew's about to get the championship. Just the way they're setting this up, Cody's like losing his cool. He ain't crashing out like Jay, flipping over the prime bottle. But Cody cut that heated promo on SmackDown. Said he wants to
out Cody.
Yeah, basically. So COC. So I see the Continental Classic is going on AEW. I didn't get a chance to watch Winter is Coming yet, so I'll probably take a look at that over the next few days, if not tomorrow. The Continental Classic has been really good. They had some great standout matches. Kyle Fletcher, I think he's leading the Gold League with 6 points. At one point he was. I'm not sure what the standings are right now, but him and Kevin Knight had a hell of a match last week on Dynamite, so you get a chance to go back and watch that. I'm a little surprised they went with two babyface teams for the women's tag team championships with Babes of Wrath and then the Loveless Time Bombs. I could have sworn they're either going to go with one of those two teams, but because I thought Shafir and Megan Bayne were going to be on the opposite end. I know they were a makeshift tag team, and nothing wrong with two teams that are both over going for the titles, but I just thought it was that's the route they were going to go. Now, that being said, I'm not sure who won, because I'm not sure if they are doing the title match tonight, or I think they are, because I don't think they're going to push it back all the way to World's End. I would assume they're not. I would personally like the Babes of Wrath to get it. Love Toni Storm, but just because you move down the card don't mean you got to get another championship. Like, I get it. She's drawing money for them, but they're going to have to start experimenting with new people in these situations. No different than when Heyman dropped the title to Samoa Joe. I thought they dropped the ball with that because Kyle Fletcher, I think, potentially is ready to be in that spot. So I just wouldn't have had him go after the title that early. because I figured he wasn't going to walk away as a double champion. I'm not saying we'll never see a double because Joe's a double champion right now, but I should say I'm not going to say we will never see a double champion, 2 single titles in AEW, but obviously you got Mercedes and they doing it, but I don't think she has any two that are officially like AEW branded. She just had the TBS championship, but I would have had maybe Heyman go over Okada or somebody. I don't know, man. There's nothing wrong with veterans dropping to veterans. But like I said, it's been a while. I think since Swerve was like the last time somebody touched the world title. There was never a world champion in a major promotion. So, because after that, Swerve dropped it to Danielson. Obviously, he's been in the main event of WrestleMania 30, like 5-6-time world champion, and he dropped it to Mox. Mox dropped it to Heyman. And with that story being told, such a great story, it's like if who's gonna be a veteran. To me, it should have been like a Bobby Lashley did. Somebody didn't even touch the title then. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But and don't get me wrong, Joe is great. Consistently one of the best talkers they have right now. Still can go in the ring when given the right opponent. And not even just given the right opponent, just given the right story to tell in a sense. I know he's defending the title night against Eddie Kingston. So that's all I have for the recap. If you want to give any feedback or go over NXT Deadline, because I only caught the results of that. I didn't really get a chance to watch any of Deadline. So
yeah, so I'm gonna give the people the NXT Deadline results real quick. I want to let them know if you're on Facebook, good people, we are building a community chat on Facebook for Hot Take Wrestling Podcast and Hot Take After Dark. So all you got to do is when you go in the group section on Facebook, look up Hot Take Community Chat, and you'll see the Hot Take Wrestling Podcast logo. Go ahead and request to be a part of the group. There, we're going to congregate. We're going to talk about wrestling. You know what I mean? Monday Night Raw, NXT on Tuesday, Dynamite on Wednesday. Thursday, I think you get both TNA and Collision. Or is Collision back on Saturday?
No, Collision's always only time Collision's on Saturday or not on Saturday is if there are pay-per-views on a Saturday. If TNT has something lined up like sports-wise,
right.
Yeah, that's their only nights they're not on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna try the goal here is to make sure we can maybe start doing a watch party thing where we kind of just get there, congregate, talk about the matches as they're going, talk about some of our fantasy matchups, talk about why we like wrestling, why we still watching wrestling to this day. Some of us are OG wrestling fans, so we have a community on Instagram, but we can make it so much bigger, so much larger in the world of Facebook. So make sure y'all tune in on there. Make sure y'all add, and let's have a blast, man. And we got a couple of comments while KG was discussing some things, giving us the weekly recap. Let me go ahead and start with this one right here from Wrestle Faith. She says, Talofa. I hope I pronounced that correctly. She said, first time watching, but have heard great things. Thank you for checking us out, Wrestle Faith. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got Jonathan. I'm just going to say Jonathan. John Cena is an undisputed GOAT, and WWE doesn't have the financial gains and new connections they made without Cena, who became the franchise guy for almost 2+ decades and carried the torch. Absolutely, Jonathan. Completely agree. This week has been a bittersweet moment because, as a fan that both loved and hated John Cena and loved him again, it kind of reminds me of Kobe because I was one of those guys with Kobe, man. I didn't care for Kobe at first. Then Kobe came back with the number 24, and he was just dominating, and I just love Kobe. I love that Mamba mentality, and when he, retired, it was bittersweet. So very, very similar emotions going on right now with John Cena retiring. But yeah, man, the GOAT, period. I don't think it's up for discussion at all. Terry Bollea, Ric Flair, and them, they set the table, but he came and was the table. So that's all I got to say about that.
I'll give it to Cena because of longevity. That's why I think you kind of have to give him that nod for what he's done for the company type thing. Because a lot of those other dudes, their shelf life wasn't long enough. It's like you comparing hip hop. It's like comparing like Biggie to some of these other dudes who's had a catalog. And it's not that you shitting on Biggie in comparison to shitting on Stone Cold or Rock, but those dudes, they weren't around long enough. If you want to compare their primes, you know what I mean, then that's a different argument. But
Yeah.
the length of the time he did it, I think you kind of have to give that nod to Cena. As blasphemous as that might sound to some people, but that's all I think it is. It's more so the longevity aspect. And then, like I said too, not that obviously we know these guys could wrestle, but a lot of our quote unquote indie darlings had their best matches in WWE against John Cena. It takes two to tango. All those you can't wrestle chant stuff. Yeah, the dude looked awkward at times, but hey, man, you got to give some credit. It takes two to tango, like I said.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's see. Wrestle Faith said we are welcome. Once again, thank you. Jonathan hit us with another comment. Gunther didn't need to be the one to end Cena's career. He's already a self-made villain. This tournament would have been perfect for guys like Carmelo Hayes to end Cena's career. Now, before we have any retort to that, let me go ahead and add the final boss, Lord Beerus, into the conversation. Let me get him right there. Bam! What's going on, bro? We hit him with some applause right there.
What's good in the day? You hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Moving up.
All right.
I'm on a lap.
What you got over there? Some Ekwu Young?
No, that's disgusting.
It really is. Yeah, what?
Burger and fries.
Yeah, no, Ekwu Young is not that good. I don't even know why I said Ekwu Young. This is the first thing that came to mind. I thought I saw a container and I just.
I don't eat cats and dogs.
Oh wow. So look, back to this. We're not gonna do that tonight. Nope. Because I'm somebody that eats egg foo young from time to time. Okay, not gonna do that.
Mark.
All right. So guys, what's your thoughts on this comment right here? It's been something that we've touched on, Paul's, in prior episodes. It seems like this was a resounding feeling by many a fan that has checked into the John Cena the Time Is Now tournament as far as who should have won, why they should have won, etc. What do you guys think? Now that we know for sure it's Gunther, we know that's who's going to face him at main event, and the time is now. A couple of days.
I'll let Akira go first. I kind of already gave my thoughts. So I didn't want to sound redundant because I gave my thoughts about earlier. So go ahead before we even got the question.
I mean, he gave his thoughts too. This is what he said.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you like this. So I feel like at first I'm like, it didn't need to be Gunther, Walter, whatever you want to call him anyway. But if they're going the angle, if they're going to make a story out of this, more so not just Gunther and Cena, but Gunther, then it may be okay. Because if you set Gunther up as like the one who's taking out Goldberg, then he takes out Cena. Let's say he takes out AJ. Then at some point, you gotta line him up, or let's say even before he gets to AJ, let's say he take out Randy Orton, because I don't think Gunther and AJ cross paths yet. So that could be a match for Mania for them, or something. But you setting him up as this new era legend killer, so to speak. I'm not too much a fan of Gunther. Put that right out the bat. I like Walter, not Gunther. But I think if you're going to get creative with it, then yeah, it works. Do I think he's going to beat Cena? I don't think so. I think Cena's going to win. And I think it's going to be like a fault hard match because they're not going to let Cena lose to Dominic and then lose to Gunther right after. That's right. Yeah, I do think Cena's going to win. I also got a feeling that it may not be Gunther. I said this before, and I said two things. And since I said those two things like 2-3 weeks ago, it's been circulating on the internet, and other people been having that mental as well of What if we don't like it? We say we don't like it, but what if the final boss does come back and say, you can't retire, you're here till I say you're here? And he actually has his last match at WrestleMania, because Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. just does not feel right. It just doesn't. There's no significance there. I know he said at the end of the year or whatever the fuck, but it don't feel right. If anything, they should have created a pay-per-view for the end of the year. He then had it like that, made it a big thing. This don't feel right. Then it's limited on television.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But that's that one. The other theory, no puns intended at all, was something's going to happen to Gunther, because we still don't know who took out Jacob Fatu technically. So something could happen to
It was the masked man that's running around stomping.
the masked McMahon.
Slapjack.
So we don't know who did it. So we have somebody take out Gunther, and let's say his final opponent could still be The Rock. You never know. Or let's just throw that out the window. Let's say his final opponent is someone like Jericho. Because Jericho apparently been posted on Twitter or TikTok or something, posted his Titantron from, I think, his first Titantron or some shit like that. So that could be something as well. But even if it is Gunther, it's going to be a good match. I heard KG say, I think he said 4-star match possibly. Something like that. But
I said throughout the tournament, he's kind of been having like not classic, but like good or great matches against everyone.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job at making other stars look good, which we know Charlotte had a hard time with, which is why they put her with Alexa. Also to get heat off her as well. But yeah, I feel like there's some methodical things going on behind the scenes as far as what they're doing. I think they're trying to build things up for next year, not just for Mania, but for the year in its entirety, not just for what we see on our end, but for what's happening in the ring with the talent and the stars, so they can, and athletes, so they can better perform. Which again is why I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a Gunther story type thing. And then one last thing, I want to say, John Cena in his interview stated that the thing with him and Cody at Mania was the end of Act 1. We can only say SummerSlam was only Act 2. There's 3 acts that's supposed to take place. So this right here is Act 2. When's the 3rd act happening? I digress.
I don't have a problem with Gunther being that person to be his last opponent from a standpoint, even though he's a made villain already. Solo already got that nod. That was a crown jewel lever, just completely dominated Cena, so they could write him out of the picture so he can go get surgery about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. They're not going to push Rusev like that. For one of the babyface talents, yeah, it'd have been nice if they could have been in that position like a Carmelo Hayes, but they haven't built him up enough for that yet. So it was one of those things where the person has to be legitimate enough too. This isn't like the streak, because it's like, okay, you beat Cena in this last match, but it's not like Cena's never lost an important match. Taker at that point had never lost. So I guess I saw both aspects of that too. When Brock ended the streak, somebody said you needed somebody that was legitimate enough that you could justify it, because if that person had fizzled out career-wise, then you would be like, oh man, that person ended Undertaker's streak. And what did they do after that? Well, they lived up to hype. I'm fine with it too, because Cena basically said he wants to go out kind of on his terms, and when he said he felt like he can't keep up anymore, he wants to be out of the door type thing. I mean, if Gunther can't, we saw a damn near 5-star match, because that SummerSlam match made up for that trash at WrestleMania, him and Cody. I don't even care what New Japan God gave it, but it was a damn near 5-star match at SummerSlam, that street fight. So it's one of those things. If Cena wants to go out on his terms with a talent that he knows is going to have a quality match against, that he knows he's going to be the favorite. That's another thing too. Like I said earlier, even though I know Akil's not the biggest fan of LA Knight, if you want that dude to be one of your stars as a babyface, I mean, the company, you don't really want him getting booed. That's how I look at it too. They just turned Carmelo Hayes babyface, so that's another thing. So fans can kind of be indifferent. You want that reaction too. You want that definitive reaction for both talents going into this match. And as much as I like Carmelo Hayes, it ain't there yet. He's had some times when the crowd was for him. He had some "Let's Go Mellow" chants, I believe, against Gunther, and I also believe against Bronson Reed. But you got to bring up that equity for that to happen. It's just too soon. I'm not saying Melo will never be a star, but right now that's too soon to put him in that spot. They haven't built him up enough yet. He hasn't done anything. The only other option was Penta, and he injured himself. So
Yeah.
in terms of who you would have.
Yeah. So look, we got plenty of comments, right? I want to run through these comments right quick. In response to your Montez Ford theory, lack of a better term, in Austin Theory, as far as this masked man is concerned. That's what Jonathan had to say. It's Montez Ford's Austin Theory. A lot of people were thinking it was Finn Balor on Monday night as well. They said before the guys had natural charisma. Yeah, that was my thing.
Unless they're gonna switch the
that was totally Montez at War Games. That was Montez at War Games. The guy was too agile. He was very fast going up the cage, and there was a crowd picture where the guy caught like a full frontal of the guy in all black, and from the eyes you could tell it was Montez.
Yeah.
Theory is okay, but his run has been super inconsistent. Agree. Let's see what else he got here. When's Randy Orton coming back? Having nothing for him is horrible booking by Triple H. You can't find good booking for a legend in Orton. This Drew Cody feud should be over already.
Orton, that's my one. It's one of those things. Dude is. How old is Orton now? 43? Older than that? No, he's older than that, about 45. So you might just want. He don't want to work the full schedule. I mean, I'm not saying that I disagree, but I think maybe it's the Orton call. I don't think it's a Triple H call. You might just want to start that.
Sorry about that. Good.
How about he might want to start transitioning to that Roman schedule.
The only refute I get of that KG is Cena did a Chris Van Vliet, I think I said his name correctly, interview. And in that interview, he said he was prepared and ready to do a full year's worth in WWE for this. Retirement run.
Yeah.
And they said, "Hey, we only need you for 21 dates." Who tells John Cena they only need him for 21 dates? Like,
no, Vince McMahon would have been going.
So, you know what I'm saying? Vince McMahon would have been like, "Hey, look, we put him."
Why isn't John Cena on the card?
You know, so it's definitely a new era there in terms of the booking and how they're booking. The fact that they can't get Randy or haven't put Randy in that prominent space yet, I don't know what they're waiting on. I'm thinking, wow, Cody is champion, though. It should happen sooner than later, unless they're going to finally start trying to build up for that to be a WrestleMania match, because he's somebody who's obviously noticeably absent in that commercial that could be there and should be there, to be honest. But we have to see. We got to see. Let's see what else WrestleFaith had to comment. She said, I have a theory about the masked man or men. I believe this man have been sent to help the Vision, even to putting the belt on Braun so that someone can come back and burn it down. Okay, WrestleFaith. Okay. Let's see what else. She said, remember what Becky told Paul Heyman. Seth had a plan and that Paul would never see it coming. All right. Jonathan responds to WrestleFaith. I would not be shocked to see Seth Rollins and CM Punk join forces next year to go after the Vision and possibly go after tag team championships together. Frenemies. Now, it's been a while since we saw that in WWE. Frenemies as tag team champions. If they were going to pull that trigger, though, and maybe this is why they didn't pull that trigger, if they are going to try to do something like this with Seth Rollins and CM Punk, I would have thought you could have did that with Jey Uso and LA Knight, had they had them kind of going back and forth. But if you were going to do the whole frenemy angle. But let's see what else. That's an interesting theory, y'all. Let's see. Punk versus Roman at 42 and Roman versus Cody at Royal Rumble. That's what she's thinking. That's what she's predicting over there. All right. She said, try this pairing instead. Roman and Seth teaming up to go after the division. That'll be Shield, what, 3.0? We saw the Shield come back 2.5
Hey
or
man,
something like that.
hey man. Every time the Shield try to do those comebacks, somebody kept getting injured.
All right, let's see. Jonathan says Cody Rhodes versus Orton should be set for WrestleMania next year with Cody as the villain and Orton as the face. Remember who attacked Jacob Fatu? Cody said he didn't do it, which means he did. All right.
He said one of those Cody lies. Have y'all heard about that? The Cody lies?
Mm-hmm.
So Cody has this thing where when he tells stories about stuff that he's lying. He exaggerates the story to the umpteenth degree, and everybody backstage or whatever, they like, oh, it's a Cody lie, and he actually said it himself before. He did it with Owens, he did it with Orton, he did it with Lynch, I believe. He did it with Becky Lynch and a handful of people. But yeah, Cody lies. He lies.
Well, yeah, some of that
KG, what
booking.
you was gonna say?
I was about to say some of that booking Cody makes 0 sense at times, and then he gets the backlash. So yeah, like the fact that he helped out Roman get his dual follow back in a sense. Well, he helped him against the New Bloodline, or Team New Bloodline. Because when Roman came back at SummerSlam last year, even though he inadvertently helped Cody save the title, his main point was to get some get back at Solo. So the fact that Cody even teamed up with him at Bad Blood was just puzzling. It made 0 sense. He made all of his friends' lives a living hell. That's why I said Kevin Owens wasn't the villain in that feud.
Kevin Owens was like the Two-Face of the Dark Knight movie.
They beat his ass for like how many years? They beat the shit out of him. and then his so-called friend team up with them.
Yeah, craziness. Oh man.
Hey, side note, real quick. Complete side note. You know what I want to see happen? Since we got WWE and TNA, I want to see one faction to come back to life. In my opinion, no. We've been there, done that. Don't want to see that. If I want to see it, I'll scroll through Peacock for 5 hours to find it. I want to see Fortune come back. I want Fortune to come back. Fortune from TNA. AJ Styles, Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, I believe, was with them. Was he? I know Beer Money was. I want to see Fortune come back with them in WWE or both or whatever. That my overall like main favorite top factions. Fortune is one of them. I want to say Immortals too, but because that was Bubba Ray as world champion TNA, which was cool because never thought something that you wanted to see, but it was
they fake. What was it? No, Aces and Eights. That's what I'm thinking.
Aces and Eights was Devon's, I believe. Was Bubba Ray?
No, Bubba Ray. He was Bully Ray with that because he was champion during that run too. And it was basically like a knockoff of Sons of Anarchy. They had the cuts and all that. Yeah.
I remember his first. I remember he was with Immortals with Hogan and Brooke Hogan when he got his first world title shot ever, and that's when he won. And I want to say he defeated Mr. Anderson. I could be wrong. I know Anderson had beef with like Jeff Hardy, stuff like that. But anywho, like as much as I'd be talking about WWE that era of TNA, I can talk about just as much. I just want to say that real quick because I mentioned AJ and I had to get off. I digress.
Yeah. I like this right here, this comment right here. Imagine they have their match for the World Heavyweight Championship in reference to Roman and Seth, but Dirty Dom wins Money in the Bank and cashes it in against them. I think that's something that could very much happen. Just seeing how Cena did the job for him, and Dom's been on a tear. He's been on a tear, complete tear, and the fans are behind him. So it's something that could work.
That's like what, July? That's like SummerSlam time frame.
Yeah. Let's see. So shout out to Jonathan and WrestleFaith. They definitely was getting.
Man, shout out WrestleFaith. That's that boy John right there.
Right. A couple more. Speaking of Gunther versus Cena, what if the match ends in a DQ?
They're not gonna do that.
I have to start telling my friends, y'all know I record on Mondays and Wednesdays. Don't call my phone when I'm recording. Please and thank you. Like I'm going, like I know Joe Budden do that. He had to, his phone be going through and it's like, y'all know what I'm doing. Y'all know what I'm doing.
My phone be dry because I don't like people.
I usually don't, but yeah. She says, how you doing, by the way?
The kill is smart. Eat before. Be funny as hell. I'm gonna eat on Hot Take After Dark too.
He gonna have his dessert on there.
Me and my Lord Beers.
Let's see. I think WWE will have Don build up AAA more. He will drop that IC title soon and will be focused on building up the Mega Championship in AAA, which I'm looking forward to seeing be a part of WWE 2K26. Yeah. Let's see. John Cena's last time is now tournament should have been about the future. Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Obafemi, Ricky Starks, etc. Gunther is no legend killer like Randy Orton, like Randall Keith Orton. To kind of piggyback on what Akil been saying.
Yes, he will. And you know what? John Cena and The Rock were just interacting on the social medias not even a few hours ago. And Cena posted the image of The Rock in a smashing machine. And The Rock commented on there saying, I'm on my laptop now. I should pull it up on my phone so I can read it, but that's too much work. He said, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother, Tone. And he was giving him love and respect and admiration. And you are the GOAT. You are John Cena. But he's his GOAT because The Rock is the shepherd. So, yeah, we gonna see what shakes up on Saturday. I got me a John Cena shirt. I'm gonna be rocking that that day. So you know,
I should have ordered me one for Saturday. Speaking of Saturday, before we continue.
Oh yes,
Bam!
Yes, it'll work. Look at me. I did something. I did a thing. Oh my God, I'm so proud of it. We have I'm not gonna cry. We have The Last Time Is Now, John Cena Final Match Watch Party, taking place December 13th at Tata's Tacos this Saturday. This is it's gonna be a crazy one. Shout out to Tata's. It's on their page as well. It's on the Hot Take page also. Links are in our stories. If you don't see it, then we will send you the link if you ask for it. I will actually drop the link in this chat as well for tickets. The promo code is HTWP for Hot Take Wrestling Pod and HTAD for Hot Take After Dark. Or just use the promo. No, it's just those two. Never mind. Those are the promo codes to get monies off the tickets. As you can see, it's $30 at the door if you do not get your tickets through Eventbrite. Come through, rock with us, hang with us, cry with us even. It's probably the second time people see grown men cry outside of Kofi Kingston winning the WWE Championship. Because I don't think nobody cried when Undertaker lost the streak to Brock or Roman. Maybe they cried when he lost it to Roman, but not for the reason you may think. But yeah, come through, hang with us. This could be a good, fun time. Again, shout out to Tata, shout out to the affiliation, and shout out to Hot Take and Hot Take After Dark. Get your tickets. Come through. Have a good cry. I'm crying.
Yeah. All right. Now back to the show. That boy good. That boy good.
I did a thing. I'm so proud of me.
Here's one for you, Akil.
You know what? I thought about that. That was in my head, but it ain't gonna work because David Otunga. Calm down. I'm not gonna curse. David Otunga has been on socials just slandering John Cena. Like John Cena and CM Punk are friends, bro. Like, no, that's not gonna work. Like, and I am glad if y'all saw that list when Cena was like naming people. He named CM Punk as his wrestling soulmate. Like, I think that's better than saying like he's the whatever he said AJ Styles was, because that stands out. Because that's also Cena kind of saying that Punk is basically his greatest opponent ever. Because in the ring, it is, as Punk said himself, it's magic. And but yeah, CM Punk bringing back something or having something with people. Maybe. Listen.
Would it make more sense if he's gonna bring something back, right? Would it make more sense to bring back Straight Edge Society as opposed to Nexus or New Nexus as it was called when he was there?
Was more of a fuck you to everybody. I'm better than you. Straight Edge means I'm better than you. That's how I became Straight Edge, by seeing the Straight Edge Society. Not just because thinking I'm better than people, because I don't think that, but for the sake of the sake, at the time, I had to adapt that in order to not drink, do drugs, and smoke and all that type of shit. And I was in high school when Straight Edge Society was crazy. But yeah, Straight Edge Society is more of a heel thing. I can't see it. I can see it working in a different angle, but you don't want to touch that. In the way Punk operates, he's not going to want to go back and pull out something just to get the crowd going, or he doesn't need to do that. Literally, he's a one man in this company where he can get off just by them saying his name. You know, like he literally says, and his name is, and they just say CM Punk, and he cannot say nothing, and they say CM. He cannot be there, and they say CM Punk. So I don't think
he wasn't there for 10 years, and they were saying it.
For 10 years. They said CM Punk and AJ Lee, like the only two names that were said consistently that round.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see Punk actually making a faction again, though. I could see him doing an alliance. The only faction he's in is his marriage, and that's good enough for him. He's not there to make friends. He's there to make money, but he's made a lot of friends. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh yeah, the KG. Did you bring that up in your recap yet?
Yeah, he's talked about it. I didn't get a chance to say my 2 cents about it. Here's the only problem I got with that, right? It's kind of like the in case of emergency, break glass for Brock Lesnar. I think that's what they're doing prematurely here with the Usos, where they're not really. Big Jim didn't never really get his fair shake in the solo capacity. You know, we got to see what Jey Uso could do. The fans got behind him. He had a nice size run, for the time that he went on that solo run with the Yeet movement and all that good stuff. But we didn't really get to see Big Jim. And I think I said this beforehand. Once they did finally split the Usos, it was gonna literally mirror the Hardys. And damned if I wasn't telling the truth, because that's pretty much how it's been going. Jeff was the star, and Matt was like the afterthought. And that's what Big Jim is right now. Big Jim hasn't gotten that moment.
Well, similar to Akil's point, what if Big Jim wins the TNA title? It'll be like Matt Hardy when he won the ECW title.
That's why I said it's an eerie, like, because that was I just saw the writing on the wall, if you will.
Yeah.
In terms of how that was going to go. But the thing was, I had to reverse there initially. Because when the Usos first came out, Jim was like the guy that was like the charismatic one. The one everybody was like, oh, he's going to be the star. He's the Jeff of the Usos. Yeah. And then that right-hand man turn came when Jim was injured. And that just propelled Jay out to the moon.
Yeah.
So that's my only problem with it, though. Am I excited? Yes, the Usos will bring back a level of excitement to the tag division that has been lacking since they have not been there. Completely agree with that. Absolutely. But it's not a lack of talent there. They're just not being. You don't need 2 titles. Let's start there.
Passion.
Yeah. And how could you have passion when you got 2 titles that nobody really care about?
I mean, no, it's not, they need to have 2 titles for sure.
Nah.
They need.
You don't need 2 set of tag titles.
Think from the standpoint of being a talent. If you don't have a championship, why are you there? You see what I'm saying?
They did it the way they were doing it at first, right? They had the NXT tag titles and they had the main roster tag titles. They were doing that with the women, right? I thought they had that right. Once they just had that unification thing where the women title could be defended on all 3 shows, I think that's pretty much what they need to do with the men tag titles. Unify them with the NXT titles and have that just be on all 3 shows on any given Sunday. You know what I'm saying? To defend. And that way the titles, they begin to mean something. And you put them back on the PLEs. Like, these titles aren't being defended on PLEs. So, like, how are they going to gain relevance?
Because Hunter thinks the show should be shorter. That's why. That's the only reason why they're not being defended. Like,
yeah, but they can be shorter and still find room because.
But then
but I'm saying I think everybody should just be not. We know they're not all looked at as equals, but everybody should have equal opportunity to a degree because, for example, the only Survivor Series match we got was on SmackDown, the traditional. So it's like you could still showcase things because I think the last time they were overseas, I believe they had a title match. It was either the IC title or the US title right before PLE the night before, and they still got a chance. So you can showcase both. I see both sides to it because they would have got shortchanged if those tag titles were on WrestleMania, and that was probably one of the best matches of the year, that TLC match they had on SmackDown. So I think to Logan's point, though, we got to find some space for it because the world title and the WWE title aren't defended on everyone. Like, they alternate almost unless it's a really major pay-per-view. So at some point they should be able to find space for the tag titles. And I think to Logan's point, if you only have 1 set, then I think that increases. Okay, we have to potentially put these PLEs on, or a match on a PLE. That's all.
Because when the Usos were tag team champions and they had both set of tag titles, what pay-per-view were they not on?
Yeah.
But that's because it's them.
Yeah, but it's also
point. Go ahead, KG.
It's also because you only have 1 set, so you kind of have to eventually, like, to Logan's point, I think we went 6 or 7 months without having a tag title match on a PLE after WrestleMania 41. Well, after WrestleMania 40, because they had split them up, and then we didn't see them on a PLE for I don't know how long. I could go through PLEs right now. I remember the last time a tag title match was on the PLE for the men. I could not tell you when the last time, unless it was and even when WrestleMania, because it was WrestleMania because the New Day beat the War Raiders. I think that might have been the last time tag titles on the PLE.
Feel like
and that WrestleMania don't count, kind of though. I mean, that's everybody kind of got to get on WrestleMania. I'm saying doesn't count. I'm saying like they didn't find them right. You should be a given, but even in it, they still showed that there's a lack of opportunity because, like I said, they wouldn't have got that much time to cook on SmackDown if they was on WrestleMania 41, but they still weren't on the card.
They need to bring back kickoff matches. That's what they need.
I think they still do, don't they? I know.
They just do the panels and people talking and all that shit. They need to bring back the kickoff matches. Even as people are flooding into the arenas or stadiums, they can do that. But yeah, I disagree though. I don't think that. I think having the titles as they are boosts morale because if you have a top 10 like the Usos had them titles on lock, rightfully so. It worked and it was needed. But if you have just these titles available, you're a superstar and you feel like there's no way you can get in that upper echelon at all because of who the stars are that hold those titles, then you fuck. That's why you can either. No one really wants to go back down to NXT now, at least, because the talent pool in NXT aren't the independent stars and darlings like there were before. So there's no desire to really go back down. And then it's like what I'm gonna do over here on SmackDown or on Raw, whatever brand doesn't have the title at that time. Even if they do or whatever, it's still like you're still empty. And then you got a whole bunch of promos with different tag teams, and everybody's vying for the shot for these one titles. Like it as a superstar, it's like, why am I here? What am I chasing if I can't have an equal, as you say, equal opportunity to also have tag titles while they do their thing over there with those titles? Which, speaking of titles,
I just think you kind of like cut out the riffraff too, though. At the same time, to Logan's point, if you have one set, because now you're gonna get, because for example, I'm gonna say they riffraff. We know as good as they are putting on matches, Los Guards ain't touching the tag titles either way. I'm sorry.
And last I heard about Los Garza, they went to AAA. They got they had the AAA tag titles. I don't know if they still have them or not.
I believe
but they had them, and I haven't seen them on WWE television since. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, like, we get your. What I'm saying is, if you have one set, okay, now you're getting like DIY versus. We still haven't gotten them versus the Usos, and I don't think. I'm just saying, I think you're gonna get the guys that need to be focused on, because then it's like you have the dancing partners you need to be with. I don't know.
I'm just not looking from an outside perspective.
No, it definitely does, because you never know if you can catch fire. I mean, you never know if you can catch fire. I get you what you're saying to a degree. It's just I feel like if they're not going to put a focus on two titles, maybe having one, they have to put at least some emphasis on the tag team division at these PLEs. Logan, did we go over deadline, and then you want to do the Saturday night main event predictions?
No, I got deadline queued up, so I was just finishing up this conversation right here real quick. We did our promo for the event Saturday, so let's see.
I feel like this should have been a heated roundtable.
I mean, it definitely had heated roundtable vibes because we stayed on it for a nice little minute. For sure.
Wait, what that say?
All right. Let me go back to it. You would catch the one when somebody said they agree with you.
I saw my name. Oh yeah, they should kick it. Yeah, they should kick off. Do a kickoff.
Yeah, and that was my only thing with it. Like, you having two titles, it's easier to put titles at. Oh, a team to call fire, cool. Boom, put those titles on them. But I think when you could make it more concise and you do the storyline building there, where you put it on the team that can go and they could go have a great match with, some guys on NXT, guys on Raw, guys on SmackDown. And you have those, not even have stories that don't even involve the tag titles with those tag teams on these different shows. That way, because the division is unified, you know what I'm saying? It just makes it a easier process in terms of storytelling versus trying to have a split division. You got the same 4 teams on SmackDown and the same 4 teams on Raw going after the titles. It's like, where's the fun in that? Like, it's ring around the rosy. We know everybody gonna get a shot eventually.
I mean, hey, that's good though.
So it's just, but it don't make. It's like with the heavyweight championship. If they continue to do what Vince was doing, right? He had it was ring around the rosy. Brock Lesnar would get it, Cena would get it, Orton would get it, Batista would get it, Edge would get it, Cena would get it, Big Show would get it. Like, we knew who was gonna be champion every single time, and it's like, where's the build up? That's why he couldn't capitalize on a Rusev Day when Rusev Day was hot fire. That's why he didn't really know what to do with AJ Styles when AJ Styles was going crazy. Like, they just, I think that was maybe the back, the boys in the back that basically propelled that. But I digress. It's going back into the
whole. I feel like it's moving pieces. It's like having to be able to, how do you take this story and this character and get them into this arc? It could be as simple as going, hey, I'm going to put y'all together in the match and make this happen. but it's like something that can creatively make sense. It's like trying to build a movie. Like we love movies.
Mhm.
I love movies. I love behind the scenes of how they do stuff for the Marvel universe. I don't fuck with DC no more because of who's over it now. But
Mhm.
same thing with that. Same thing with like the Percy Jackson in the Olympians. I read the books. How are they and what are they choosing to cut out to make this show make sense where it's not too detached from the book or doesn't make the people detached from it? That's the same thing with wrestling, the stories and the characters and the people and the personalities and the schedulings and who likes who and who's actually able to match up well. Like it's the same type of dynamic there. But now I digress.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do the review of Deadline. KG, can you do me a favor? Get on Wikipedia and get the match lineup for Saturday night main event for me while I go through Deadline.
Gotcha.
Alrighty. So, good people. Deadline was this past Saturday, I want to say it was. The ruler is back, and he is back at the top of the pile. You know what I'm saying? He's back on his throne as NXT champion, defeating Ricky Saints
Called
at
it.
Deadline. You
Called
definitely
it.
called it. You definitely called it. Let's see what else
That
happened.
peach in
Kendall
his
Gray.
face.
Yeah, Kendall Gray wins the 2025 Women's Iron Survival Challenge. All right. From there, NXT champion Ethan Page defeated Mr. Iguana. I think, no brainer there. We all saw that coming. Even though Mr. Iguana is a very popular guy, very popular wrestler. Izzy Dane defeated Tatum Paxley. I think we all call that. Javon Evans won the men's 2025 Iron Survivor Challenge.
And
Okay.
he called his shot on NXT this past Tuesday and lost because of Ricky Stanks.
And we also had a returning Tony D'Angelo at NXT Deadline who attacked Javon Evans. So,
yes,
yeah.
I had goosebumps.
Yeah.
Oba had goosebumps. NXT had goosebumps.
In real time, we're going to spoil this for some people, but real time, Samoa Joe just retained the AEW Championship against Eddie Kingston on Dynamite during Winter is Coming.
Hey, no more real time. I know
My
Q.
bad,
I know Q. I know Q. I know Q don't mess with AEW. I know. I saw that. I saw that. I saw that happening anyway. I know Joe wasn't gonna drop the championship.
Hey, everybody that's watching, if you're into AEW and you did not know what's happening right now, Samoa Joe just won and kept the title. Ha, AEW sucks.
All right. This guy, man. All right. So from here, good people, we are getting ready to make our picks for WWE Saturday Night Main Event. The time is now. The final match of John Cena. Or is it? That dude, Dr. Evil there. It's happening this Saturday. It's going to be on Peacock. Once again, you can come see the Good Brothers. The Good Brothers, December 13th. We will be at Tata's. Y'all can come and watch it with us. We will be there to kiss babies, shake hands, take pictures, make awkward gestures like suck it, and just talk wrestling. Like you can exchange social media information with us and give us some of your hot take wrestling takes. Or if you're feeling, frisky, you can, I guess, tell us some of your hot take after dark stuff too. So
while the John Cena match is happening, you're like, hey, dude, sometimes I like to. Whoa, I'm trying to cry here. Like, jeez.
Yeah, just wait, right? Just wait till after the John Cena.
Table it for after 9.
All right, KG, you got that list, buddy?
Yes, I do. All right, so got NXT talents getting a shot here. It's Sol Ruka versus Bayley.
I like that placement. I like them picking and highlighting Sol Ruka there versus Bayley. Bayley's doing something great, trying to help the up and coming stars there. But as far as picking a match winner here, I'm gonna go Bayley.
I'm gonna go Sol Ruka. I'll tell you why after this. After I tell you the next match or one of the next matches, you understand why.
Kill, what's your pick? We're waiting on you, buddy. Like put the fries down for 1 second.
Bailey.
You going Bailey? Okay, he's going Bailey. All right.
Okay. We got AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater, the X Division champion.
Again, a good spotlight on new talent. I don't see those titles moving off of Dragon Lee and AJ Styles right now, so I'm gonna go with the current champions, AJ and Dragon Lee.
It's not a title match, is it?
No. None of these are title matches. It's just,
I thought this was a title. I thought that was a title match. My bad.
I still take AJ Styles and Dragon Lee from the standpoint that they don't want the tag champions losing just yet, especially if they're trying to make them look strong. I think yeah.
I'm going with the OGs in charge.
I like it. Oba Femi versus Cody Rhodes.
Oba motherfucking Femi. Sorry, I had to do that because Oba motherfucking.
See, this is why I'm going with Cody. I believe there's going to be one NXT upset, and I think it's Sol Ruka because they're not consistently booking Bayley strong anymore. They kind of got her all over the place, and then she wants to uplift the talent too. Not that Cody doesn't want to, but he is the undisputed WWE champion. I'm going Cody. He'll be a great showing for Oba though. He'll probably dominate most of the match and stuff, something like that. But yeah.
First off, thanks WrestleFaith for tuning in, watching us. Definitely come back. Hot Take Wednesdays at 8. All right. I agree completely with what KG said in terms of that match. I do think they're going to highlight. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about this one because I would have. Do you save Oba for the Rumble surprise or do you put him in this space? Because it's like, I probably would have saved him for the Rumble. That's just me, but that probably would have meant Ricky would have had to retain against Oba. But that would have kind of made it obvious too. But so yeah, I do think Oba will have a great showing, dominant showing. But I do think in the end, maybe via some interference there, because we do know of the history Ricky Saints and Cody has, So I'm going to pick Cody though. Pick Cody as the W.
Yeah, I believe only 6 people pinned Cody in the last 4 years since he's been back. So, and I don't think it's going to happen in Saturday Night's main event.
And that would be quite to pin and then to have the NXT champion pin the WWE champion on Saturday Night main event. That would be crazy.
Yeah,
that would be crazy. Not to say it can't happen.
Yeah, it wouldn't be against it, but yeah, nah, it might happen down the road. But yeah. Last but not least, the time is now. Gunther versus John Cena.
Main event.
It's just the order he did it. It's all good. Excuse me.
It is the main event. That's what I'm saying. I think that might be the actual order. I'm pretty sure they might start with the women. They don't have an actual order up. But I'm saying I believe that might be the sequence of matches. Give or take. Well,
because there were reports that they said Cena match was going to come first.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know about all that. I seriously doubt they do that. Come on now.
Be surprised because they would save something for the end of the night.
Well, I'm assuming that's the main event. The show is Brock. It's completely revolves around his being his last match. I seriously doubt if he goes on first, because they can still do something at the end where everybody comes out and give him his flowers, quote unquote. And that'd look more awkward if he come back out like for a curtain call, especially because it's like if that happened, how many people gonna stay? I've seen this. Right. That's another thing. Some of the people might dip after that. That's live.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was the report that was going around this week and last week. So,
I doubt it.
We'll see. But if they do,
because then you'll be doing Oba. You're gonna do Oba a disservice then, whether he wins.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Because you would have to cut the rest of those matches. Would definitely have to be like short matches.
No, I'm talking about just how many people might stick around if Cena goes on first. The whole show is broadcasted revolves around this being his last match. If he goes on first. It's only a 4-match card. People might dip by the main event. I'm just saying.
So Oba Cody may have to start the show then, no?
I like that.
Okay, yeah, but I just don't see that. I mean, if it does, it does. I just can't see that happening. I can't see that happening.
All
They probably
right.
go Ogo Cody, then Bailey Soul, then the tag team, and then Cena.
Yeah, but
Because you can't
either
have it that heavy toward the end. Pause. Like you gotta balance it out a little bit more than that.
uh, I'm going Gunther.
Oh man, this is gonna be tough, man. I want my boy to go out on top. I really do. I want Cena to get the W, but unfortunately, Trips is very high on Gunther. And it's not unfortunate. He's a beast, but really don't want to say this, but I think Gunther's gonna walk out. I think he's gonna get the W. I think Cena's gonna do the job.
I don't think he'll tap him. I think he'll probably pass out.
I don't know. My brain is. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't. I don't even think I want to know. I think I just want to be in the moment. Whatever happens, happens, and just make it better than WrestleMania. Like make it better than SummerSlam. Like make it.
SummerSlam, what?
I'm
SummerSlam
saying
got 5 star.
no, yeah, that was great. I'm just saying make it better.
Oh, I thought you.
Because
I was gonna say because yeah, WrestleMania was awful. Everybody co-signed that. I was to say yeah.
but the only reason SummerSlam was great was because we had weapons and shit to be involved. Like that's why. That's what heightened it for real.
Yeah, but it was just it looked like a lot more fluid too though. They didn't look like because they didn't look like they had a clue
I
what they
see what
wanted to do.
was trying to make
Yeah,
it for.
yeah.
But yeah, this is Act 2. So says him. Correct. I mean, we did Act 1. This is Act 2. Again, it's an Act 3 in there. I mean, whichever way it goes, just make it great. That's all I got to say.
And it's so many ways that can go, man. Like you could definitely, like, make a case for somebody coming interfering, causing the disqualification in the match not ending, in a legitimate fashion. You could definitely make a case for the final boss to maybe appear, a Brock Lesnar maybe appear, a Roman Reigns even, any of these major players that didn't participate in that tournament but want to have the claim of being the guy that finished Cena off. Pause. But it could go that way. I can see the case being made for it to go that way too, and I can see the case of Cena just having his best effort against Gunther and Gunther being the better man and Gunther winning. But it'll be a good match. It'll be a solid. If I had to give it a prediction on stars, I'm thinking 4 stars. I'm thinking 4 at least, nothing less. Because Cena's gonna give it his all for that night, if that's supposed to be the night. So, but we shall see. We shall see, people. One more time. Bam! December 13th at Tata's. Y'all come hang out with us. Y'all come watch the final time, the final curtain. John Cena, man, final match, watch party. So y'all tune in with us. And yeah, man, it's gonna be that. As the great Tom Hanks' Forrest Gump said, that's all I have to say about that. Gentlemen, any last thoughts before we get out of here tonight about the career of John Cena, about the man named John Cena, about him being the undisputed GOAT at this point in time?
I have a for y'all. Who are you all's top 3 John Cena opponents?
Top 3?
Yeah.
There's Randy Orton, CM Punk. Are you talking about this or match quality? Or are you talking about or just
personal?
storyline,
Yeah, then those three.
chemistry, promo.
Yeah, that's those three then. Yeah, Edge, Orton, and Punk.
Who?
Edge, Orton, and Punk. Because if we were talking about matches, I would say no particular order: Punk, AJ, and I might say KO, but even though they didn't have as many, but if we're just talking about matches, but yeah, if we're talking about overall quality matches, promos, storyline, right? Edge, Orton, Punk.
I'm gonna throw Big Dave in there. Big Dave Batista. I liked his feud with Dave a lot. So I'm gonna throw him. I'm gonna throw Edge, and I'm gonna throw Orton in mine. Those would be my three.
I'd say Punk.
Punk right up under there for me. He's 4, but he's just right under there. Busting through there, Paul's almost a 3, but yeah.
I say Punk. I would say Triple H. I'll give a reason why. And then I'll say Orton. I'm saying Triple H because Triple H was the one that he had to get through so many times in order to be really in that position. I feel like if he didn't earn the respect of Triple H, he wouldn't be the guy. Like, he had to get over that hurdle. Like, not just at WrestleMania 22, but all the other times in between. Like, yeah, he had to get through Triple H for sure. Punk goes without saying. That's his wrestling soulmate. And Orton, because those two are just, they were the cream of the crop. They were their generation's Austin and Rock. So, yeah.
Austin Rock, Nas Hove, Kendrick Drake.
I ain't going that far.
Dr. Dre, Eazy-E.
Biggie and Pac.
Biggie Pac.
Yeah, I say that.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a bittersweet night for some of us. A lot of us that are that have been here for the career of John Cena. I know for me personally, when John Cena won the championship from JBL, that was around the time I got back into watching wrestling. I had started not necessarily my career, but I started working. So, you know, this is the era before the TiVo and before, you know, you had DVRs and shit. So I missed a good portion of the Ruthless Aggression era, which is the era Cena came up in. So I came right at the start of the PG era. I came back to wrestling, and John Cena was the face of that. He was the champion of that, and he was one of the main reasons that I tuned in, and I made sure that from then on I watched on Monday or whatever day SmackDown was coming on. SmackDown, I think, was still on was coming on Fridays at that time too, on WGN. But so that I'll always have fond memories of his run as a result of that. And yeah, he's played a role as far as being a stand-up guy inside and out of the ring. All of the Make-A-Wish Foundation that he granted, over 600 plus. So a lot of sick kids, he made their wish come true to see him perform. Blew the water out of all the other celebrities. So, you know, my hat goes off to that guy. It's a shame he doesn't want to have kids, because he would probably be a good father. Be just to instill some of that into a child, I would think. But hey, people are entitled to their choice.
He raised generation of kids, so he good.
Yeah. So, yeah, hats off, man. We're gonna have a brewski. Akila have a glass of water for you or some juice or something.
Some juice
on Saturday. You know, and we'll watch him call it a career on Saturday, man. KG, any words, man, before we get out of here?
Yeah, man. Well.
All right. Okay, good people. One last time. Okay. TikTok, Hot Take Wrestling.
Yeet.
Instagram, Hot Take Wrestling.
Yeet.
Twitter or X, Wrestling Take.
Yeet.
Twitch, Hot Take Wrestling Podcast.
Yeet.
And on YouTube, NMGTV.
Yeet.
Smash that subscribe button. Good people, we getting ready to get out of here on Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. Remember, 10:30-ish. It's getting dark. It's getting freaky after dark with Hot Take After Dark. So make sure y'all tune in with a kill, with No Chill with Phil, aka the Wise Man, and Shelly Mack. See what they got going on, moving and grooving over there.
And we got some special guests coming through.
They always got guests. I'm gonna let y'all know now, good people. It's nothing personal on the Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. We like to have guests like planned out and shit.
Yes, this is journalism over here.
Yeah, we don't just be like, man, I'm gonna stop back. No, we're gonna plan you. We're gonna put you in the calendar and have you on the show. That way, we can do our due diligence to try to, do some research, and really get some good questions in and dig deep pause into your wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Just fandom. Yeah. So don't take it personally. If you want to come on and you don't get the approval, like it's not that. It's just planning. The fun show,
not you.
I Take After Dark.
Us.
It's us. Yeah. The fun show though, they welcome all that. They want y'all to come on.
Yeah. This is journalism. This is planned. Over there is the orgy. Just come on in early.
So I guess this is marriage.
This is marriage. We gotta schedule it, and we only got 30 minutes. Like, yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. Oh man, but yeah, so good people, we getting out of here, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. We will have a new intro coming soon in the new year, new outro coming soon in the new year, and we want to continue the vibe, man. So events coming. Just continue to rock with us. Remember to get on Facebook, Hot Take Community Chat. Smash that in, and we're gonna add you to the group. Okay.
Oh, before I forget, in January, Sneaker Ball. There are tickets available for the Sneaker Ball Royal Rumble watch. You dig? They will be free from tonight. No, they will be free on tonight, and then there'll also be some free tickets on Saturday. And after that, there are no more free tickets, just pre-sale tickets. So pay attention to those tickets flying. Click the links, same place, same areas. If you don't got them, ask for them, and we'll send it.
Yeet. All right, y'all. So let me see. Oh, wait, we have one more comment before we get out of here. Sky Dotson, thank you for coming and watching us, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Make sure you check us out. 8 p.m. The party starts at 8 p.m. every Wednesday. All right. And man, it's gonna be an episode. This is episode 165, and we up out of here, man. Till next Wednesday, y'all.
Now here we go with this song. Never